Hi everyone, it's Nina, and I'm here today showcasing some new Top Dog dies from their new September release. There's some really great Halloween and all sorts of other neat types of dies that they've released in this large release. It's their biggest one yet. There's 15 new dies. I am showcasing 3 today. First up, I have the Borders number 2 die set. You can see these create some really intricate little scalloped borders that you can do all sorts of things with. You could layer these up and create a really neat stacked layer of scallops. You can see all the intricateness of all these little dies. It even pierces some little holes. The other thing you can do, which is what I did for a card here, I used them to create a border along the sides of this card. It creates a really nice little effect and creates a nice interest to the card. And I liked how that turned out using that die set. It's really great. The next one we have here is the Sugar Skull die, and this is a really interesting little die. It can do all sorts of little things. You can use the pieces here to, one is the base piece and the other one is the skull itself. You can use that to layer these up, and you could do an inlay die technique here. You could take these little images, use different colors of cardstock and put those in there like that. The other thing you could do, you could take the skull itself, you could turn this into a shaker and have little shaker pieces inside the eyes and the nose. What I chose to do with this card was I used a little bit of an inlay die cutting technique. I put some eyes inside there using the little negatives and add some really neat effects to that. Thought that was a fun little card to do. Finally, I have the Ghost die set, and this has a lot of really cute little images. You could take this speech bubble and put the little word boo inside it. You've got 3 little ghosts, all different sizes, and I love how they're all different in size. It helps to create some really neat effects to your card. As you can see here, this is the card we're going to be creating today, and I've used it to make these little ghosts. So I'm going to take these ghosts, and I'm going to first start by coloring them with my Copic markers. I've got some light grays here, and I'm going to annotate on the side of the screen which colors I've used. Just kind of quickly shading. You don't want to go too heavy with these ghosts because they are supposed to be white, so you want the color to stay pretty white, and I'll leave a lot of open space. Just quickly shading those in. You can see how cute they look. When coloring these ghosts, I added some dot technique, which is something I like to do. It adds a little bit of texture to your design, and I just blend it all out with my lightest color. It helps add a bit of texture and shading. And then I decided I wanted to add a little bit more shading along the folds of the little ghosts, so I'm doing that quickly here. Thought that added a bit more dimension to them. So now I'm going to take my R20 and I'm going to just add in some blush on these little ghosts and blend that out with my gray color. And now I'll take a white gel pen and add in some dots to their little cheeks. So now I'm working on the background, and I'm going to be doing some ink blending here. I'm starting off with Salty Ocean, blending some of that down onto the top portion. Now I'm going to take some Chipped Sapphire and I'm going to blend that into the middle here. Next up, I have Blueprint Sketch. This is one of the newer colors for the Tim Holtz Distress Ink line, and I love this color. It's such a neat royal blue. So now I'm going to be taking some water and I'm going to flip back down, and then I'm going to dab it up with my little rag here. I dried that, and now I'm coming back again with those same 3 colors, applying them back over where I had already placed them, and I'm going to add a second layer of ink blending, and this is going to create a lot of nice vibrant color and also add a bit more texture. So I'll add those water droplets once more, dab them up, and you can see how great this looks. So now I'm working on the sentiment that's going to be going on this card. I'm using the Neat and Tangled You've Been Booed stamp set. It's one of their newer stamps. I'm going to stamp this onto some vellum, and then I'm going to actually white heat emboss it with some Ranger Superfine White Embossing Powder. See here, just take that and apply that over top of my vellum here. Working on the shaker, I've taken some sequins and I'm going to be placing them inside of my shaker. I also have this panel here, which I've dry embossed using my Big Shot machine and the Mini Triangles embossing folder from Echo Park. Just going to put some acetate down on top of this and then I'll trim that off. Now I'm taking some foam and I'm going to be applying that to the inside portion of this little shaker panel. This is going to create some nice dimension to help let my shaker pieces move around a bit. You could use foam tape as well, that works just as well. But I prefer the Fun Foam, which you can find at any local supply craft store. Now I'm taking my glossy accents and I'm attaching some of those sequins to the inside panel of this card. I did end up adding in some other colors of sequins. I started off with these Spooktacular ones from Neat and Tangled, and then I added some other colors from Lucy's cards. They added some nice bright colors to the ones that I've already got in here and made a nice Halloween little color scheme. Now I'm taking my ghost dies and I'm putting them up onto my panel here with foam tape, just attaching them down quick. I use 2 layers of foam tape for the big ghost, and I'll use 1 layer for the medium-sized ghost. And I thought I was going to do 2, but then decided to do just 1. And then after that, I will put the smallest ghost down, and I'll just attach him with just some regular adhesive. Finally, I'm putting my panel onto my card base. This is just a white cardstock base. And I've attached it on my panel here onto there. Make sure that's all lined up. And that completes my card. So be sure to stop over at the Top Dog Dies blog, where I'll have more information on this card as well as more inspiration and pictures using the other dies that I've shown in this video. As always, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see more videos like this, and thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you again soon.